Hello everybody, it's Brandon and welcome back to another episode of Floating Boxes in the Sky. No, I'm just kidding. These are the kind of boundaries for each new vehicle in the new series I'm doing. So I want to show you some of the first few builds that I've been working on. I've actually finished 3, apart from that one that I showed before. And those are 3 different kinds of frigates. So, without further ado, we have the Stalwart class frigate. And I like this one because of the simplicity as well as the colour scheme. I tried to go for this kind of low poly look with this one. I did base it off the Halo 2 anniversary version, but then I kind of did a custom colour scheme for it that kind of matched the one in Halo 2. So yeah, this one is a lot more kind of simplistic, definitely, and it's more like the Paris class than the Sharon class. So yeah, flat back on here and everything in the engines. There's not much armor on the engine things either, so yeah. But yeah, I like this one, but this one took me a long time to do. It was kind of difficult because this was the first one I started working on, but then I kind of gave up with it halfway through and then started working on that one, which we'll jump over to now. This is the Sharon class frigate, which is basically just a smaller version of the one I actually built, full scale. And what I like about this one is, obviously you've got the view from the back, but you've also got this tiny little hangar thing here, which is just a nice little homage to the big build. I probably could have left that out, but I decided not to. A lot more detailed, really. Well, not a lot, but it is more detailed in general. And overall looks more sleek, I think, than the other one, except it does have this like big bucket hanger at the bottom, which I never really liked with the Charon class. I think it always looked a bit weird, but that's the only downside with that one, I think. But it does have the ability to, drop vehicles down, which is a bonus. But then we move over to the Paris class, which is, if you are a long-term fan of the channel, you'll remember I actually attempted one of these a long time ago and gave up with it. But this one's a smaller scale, and I think this one actually came out really great for the scale. Oh yeah, one thing to note is all these are exactly to scale in terms of length, width, and height. Maybe some areas are a bit off. Maybe the slope is a little bit, like steep or a bit too shallow. But in terms of actual scale of the build, it's dead on, and I'm planning to keep that consistent with all of the builds in this series. So, oh yeah, there's one other frigate which I'm working on, but I haven't finished that one yet, and that's the Strident class, which I'm dreading because it's a lot more curvy and round than the others. But there's one problem, which is, well, with this one, there was 2 different definitions for the height. One was 100 and I can't remember, it was 160 something meters, and the other one was 120 something meters. And in a big build, that makes a difference, as well as in the little build, because I've divided everything by 10, all the measurements, so it can either be 11 blocks tall or 16, and it does make a huge difference when you're working on this scale. So yeah. And then for this one and stuff, there's huge antenna at the front, and I'm not sure if the measurements included with the Halo Nation, or whatever it's called, are actually including the antenna, or if they're just the base ship. Anyway, this is the kind of framework for where the Pillar of Autumn is going to go. I will do a normal Pillar of Autumn and then a what's it called? Autumn class frigate as well. It is kind of frigate, no. Autumn class cruiser or whatever. Those are a bit bigger than the Pillar of Autumn itself, and were named in its honor. So yeah. Over here we have the Covenant SDV Corvette, I think. And then up here is going to be the full scale, not full scale, but full size CCS cruiser. So yeah, this actually kind of goes with the full scale CRS cruiser I made, but the CRS cruiser is a bit too big to fit in this, or else I would have probably just recycled that model and then updated it significantly, because that model is due a huge update. But yeah, I think we've got a nice fleet out so far. For scale, a longsword is, I think it's 7x6. Let's go over here. This is just a quick little build. So that's 7 by something like, give me a minute. Just pretend that's a longsword. It looks kind of like it. So that's the longsword for scale, with everything else. So yeah, that's just in case you were wondering what scale we're working on. But yeah, that's what I got so far. What I want you to do though in the comments is let me know which one you want to see tutorial first. If you want to see the Covenant ship, or you want to see one of these done. I can't wait to do them really. I mean, it's going to be difficult, but you know, you gotta get on with it and just do it. But yeah. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to let me know, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.